It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's got some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The offensive line, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Sanders' kick is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It'd be hard to say that the defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you're getting that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Running on first down, Eckler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line.
Herbert has it knocked free.
And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He gets this out to Spiller. Room here to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because it's been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 11-yard line.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Again, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Chargers are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Sanders is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7, or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Herbert on first down now. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 23.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain, so he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Here we go.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to take another shot here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. They tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Herbert on the move to his left. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, first down there on a pickup of 25.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and goal. Herbert got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Off the play action, Tagovailoa rolling to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick six.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side.
No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick, please? Thank you. All right, let's go. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert now. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett from 10 yards out.
And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Rolling to his left. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. They got 29 yards that time. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Finding room at midfield. There he goes again. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. And, Charles, when you talk about Keenan Allen, you're not necessarily usually talking about that crazy top-end speed, but he does a great job there with the ball in his hands. Here's Herbert. It's caught by his running back, Austin Eckler, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand They've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On play action, here's Tua.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 4th down, Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
Trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Finding room at midfield.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Herbert. Flush to his right.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Miami set to take over. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them.
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25. They're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Well, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge the secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends in under